Okay, I wanted to go over a few things with weaving. So as you are getting close to the tabs, it is getting a little bit difficult because your warp strings are so small, so it's a little bit tighter. So as I get closer, I just go under, over, under, just a couple strings, and then I pull my row across, and then I would continue. Let's see, so over, under, over, under, and then I'm gonna pull my strings. So using, whoops, I got on the tail stuck. Using this method helps to fit more rows than what you think you can. Your goal is to get as very close to that row of tabs as you can. So I can always fit a few more than students think that they can fit in their project. So like your last couple rows, instead of I'm going under, over, under, you probably just go one string at a time. So when I get to the back, I weave across, not just put it there, and then I would continue a few at a time. So once yours is like very, very close, then you can switch to the back. And this one I've done quite a bit on the back, but I want to show you how to do the back. Okay, thread my needle there. So I'm in the middle of this row. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going across just like we had been below. And now this is where it's different when we get to the end of a row. So before, we would flip when we got to the edge and go across here, but obviously there's no warp strings to go across here. So instead of flipping, we're gonna keep it on the same side, obviously, and we're just gonna zigzag back and forth. So I'm just gonna go over that one. So since my row ended under, I need to go over, under. So it is still the opposite, just like we were doing, of the row that is below it. It's just all on the same side. And then when we are pulling across the row, sometimes I kind of put my finger up on that last warp string, which kind of prevents me from pulling really tight. And again, I've done a decent amount of this, but if I pull really tight, see how that warp string now it wants to bend in? So while you're on that row, you can easily back it up and keep those nice and straightly lined up. But if you pull in like a little bit each time, your whole set of warp strings is gonna end up more like a triangle, and we want it nice and even. So this top part, when we take it off of the loom, ends up being this little flat part. So where the pouches would be the part where we're circling around, and then that's what that is for. And then while I'm at it, you want to weave this all the way to the very top too, and again, pushing down as you go.